So what I would say is, and you guys keep practicing if you want, but if the problem is um, my partner is doing too much, right? So this could be speed or too much closure, like if they're doing a move, they step in too close, for example, or too strongly often. So a lot of times it's strong and speed. And for me to do it well. Of course, the answer isn't for me to say, well, if I do it right, um, this is the result. So let me find a way to fashion the result, even though it's in the wrong manner, right? So, right. So since we're doing Tai Chi Chuan, we could say, well, the proper result of doing this move is that I don't collapse, but he's too fast or too strong, or both, or too um, out of sync with you, so he kind of catches you before you're ready, that sort of thing. So it'll feel like too fast. It isn't so much his gross speed as just he's doing it when you're not ready or something. So if that happens, then you might say, well, I'll just stiffen up and get everything rigid, because that would achieve the I didn't collapse thing. But obviously we know, well, that wasn't doing Tai Chi. That's skipping the whole art in order to find the fruit. And that to me is like, eating wax fruit. It looks like you've done everything right, but of course, it's not nutritious, right? It doesn't serve the artist, it doesn't serve the art. So what I would say is, if you're the teacher in this example, and I would include like a senior student or even just somebody that knows this thing better than who they're working with, that's sort of a teacher-esque role, then you want to help them do it better, see the mistake. Of course, that involves all the usual teaching stuff about I don't want to overburden them. I don't want to miss my triage and tell them 96 things that aren't the first important basics. I want to do it when they're ready, which might not be today. He might be really distracted and in pain or whatever, and it's not going to get across today. But I also want to make sure he recognizes that I understand it and that I'm more equipped to offer this advice. Sometimes the student doesn't quite see that, right? Um, and failing that, what you can always do is improve your stuff, even if it keeps failing at some point. Like, for example, you collapse and then at some point you reset it. Can I improve my breath? Can I improve my gesture? Can I improve my structure? Can I improve my posture? Can I improve my timing? Can I improve my slowness? Can I improve my attentiveness? Can I improve? The answer to all those is almost always yeah. Do you have as much room to improve as the newer guy? Probably not, but he hasn't figured this out. He doesn't even know he's pushing too hard or before I'm ready or too far or too fast, all that kind of stuff. But you can definitely, well, can I do this better? And what I always just imagine is like if I was the Jedi of this, the grandmaster, the person in the movie doing this art, anybody doing anything, they would make it work, right? Like, so that's a bit of imagination, a bit of fantasy, but I kind of imagine myself, okay, I'm not that dude, I'm not that lady. Let me improve all the things I can improve. You still might collapse because, right, this is that circuit breaker problem, right? So the circuit breaker problem, if you guys haven't heard, is that if you get a master electrician, right, well paid, 5 stars on online, a bunch of great reviews, people that refer that like they're the best, and you spare no expense, right? The person who signs off that it's all a legit work, and because of the CHO or whatever, uh, um, or CO, I guess. Um, CHO is running a business at home. So anyway, the electrical work is done, right? Just perfect. Lightning hit your house and fries whatever the breaker or something. The answer here isn't to say, what did the electrician do wrong? Right? And the answer isn't, let's redesign the whole thing. It's like, well, this thing just got overloaded. This thing can't ever handle that. So you fix what you got to fix. You pray for no lightning, whatever, right? But like, lightning is always going to overwhelm, right? Like, no matter how nicely you build your house, if a tsunami comes, you don't have a house. Like, like it's not made to do that, right? And in fact, we could even argue the system is made to fail in the way that it fails when the lightning hits it, so that other things don't catch on fire. Like that's the design, right? So, um, I will often adopt that kind of thing where I'm just like, well, I'm not the person I want to watch a movie doing this, or my teacher or the grandmaster. So I'm going to just keep fixing my stuff because that's always available to me, even if it doesn't result in the output, the outcome that I would like to see, right? So the short answer is if you're is working in partners, everybody, this we've been describing this as a one way, like you fix him, but it's really both. And that is like you're always working to create the partner that you need, or that the drill needs, or the exercise needs, right? And often that means, can you slow down? Can you wait till I'm ready? Can you tuck in your necklace so I don't break my finger on it? Do you need a minute to check your notes or have a sip of water? Or can we change angles? Or I think we're starting a little close. And of course, that's all diplomacy and stuff. You're not going to just be Geppetto and move him exactly where you want. And like, so it requires a little bit of tact. Like, how do I say it? What's most important to say? When do I say it? That can be received. Has it been received? And do I risk repeating it 4 times? Where, like, how is he going to respond or she? So, but I'm always working to create the partner that I want, and I'd like them to do the same for me. Like, you're not paying close enough attention, or could you be a little lower because you're taller than me, or would you mind doing it from the left hand because that works better, or my brain, or I don't know, whatever, right? And very often that has to do with range. It has to do with timing. Like, are you ready? Which is why I'm almost always just saying, look at each other. The person that's gonna do the thing should indicate that they're ready. If you're gonna punch for him to do a move, it shouldn't be you punching when you're ready to punch. That doesn't inspire him to actually get ready. It inspires him to be like ready to flinch because all I know is this guy could punch anytime and I'm supposed to do stuff perfectly. And if he needs 5 minutes to get ready, he has 5 minutes to get ready. Now the teacher might come over and say, that's a ridiculous waste of your class time. Let's not do 5 minutes, Or you might, as the senior, say, hey, maybe you could coordinate how you get ready and not give yourself 5 minutes and overthink it. Maybe that's too much. So again, helping yourself create. And if you create reliably, just incrementally, right? Not a whole cloth and not perfectly, but incrementally improve the partners you have, and they're doing the same with you, your art gets better, the tests get better, your understanding and application of it gets better, and then you guys each get better as partners, as teachers, as students, as artists, right? So I'm always doing that when I work with a partner. Like, how do I make them better for themselves, for the art, for the thing we're doing, and for me to do my part of the thing we're doing? I'm trying to find that balance. I don't inhabit that role as often as I used to because I'm usually the teacher role, you know. So it's a little closer to the Geppetto where I just kind of fix the things I need to fix and just for simplicity's sake. But the relationship is there that I can do that. But if I'm at a workshop and I just get partnered with, oh, nice to meet you, Darcy, is it? Okay, well, now I'm just trying to diplomatically, delicately, how do I better her for what we're doing, which will better the art, better this thing, better her, better me, and allow her to better me, which will better me, better her, better this thing we're doing, better the art. Yeah.